is scheduled for one fall and is for the NAWA Texas Heavyweight title. Introducing first the challenger in the red corner, third generation wrestling superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Scott Murdoch!
Keep your mouth shut!
And in the blue corner, he's your NAWA Texas Heavyweight Champion, Chris Germany. Now, Scott, you are a newcomer to NAWA. Do you have a few words that you'd like to share with the fans here in the arena?
You probably don't know, but I'm third generation wrestler. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch, Frank Hoyt Murdoch. Okay, you keep your mouth shut. And tonight, Chris Germany, that belt's coming home with me.
Well, Champ, do you have anything to say to Mr. Murdoch and his spurious claims?
Yeah, I do. Third generation, that and $1.98 to get you a cup of coffee, kid. Now, I knew Dickie Murdoch, all right? And I took an ass whooping from him too, son. So you better bring it, pack a lunch. Let me tell you something, folks. Right here in Waxahachie, Texas, there's a lot of tough competitors out here. You got Kit Carson, you got Chad Hart, the names go on and on. If you want a chance, sign your name and bring it on. I'm telling you, if I tell you the name of the game, boys, it's called Riding the Gravy Train.
Thank you, Bruce.
Scott Murdoch there's the redneck Dick Murdoch's grandson. I'm going to tell you what, you look in that boy's face and you see Dick Murdoch. I'm telling you.
You know, about the only thing that's missing from him and the Captain Redneck is the tobacco stains on his chin.
There you go. And maybe the backpack with a beer in it. And a Marine's hat.
You know, he is still young, though.
Yes, he is. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I want to check him out and see what he can do here.
This is my first time also of watching him in the squared circle. So we're in for some interesting wrestling tonight.
I tell you what I'm seeing about him, Bull, that I do like. He's got a good stance and he's good and solid. And I like that.
Got big, thick legs, a big, thick trunk. Standing there, not too many people can take Cutthroat Chris Germany and toss him around like they're doing. Rick! Of course, now when Chris Germany wants to get down to business, he's more than capable of doing that as well.
Yes, Chris Germany will give him a handful. I'm going to tell you that right now. That was some real good tackles, boy.
Some very good professional wrestling right there. You know, I'm not sure this young Murdoch. Again, like I say, he's a young man. I'm not sure that Chris Germany may not have been wrestling longer than Murdoch has been since he was wet behind the ears.
I'll tell you something else I like about this kid. He's not in a hurry. He's not letting the crowd dictate to him what he's going to do in his match. I think this Murdoch kid's got a game plan. He's going to stick to it. And I don't think that Chris Germany will rattle him easy.
with the lineage and the history and the family that he has in professional wrestling, you know, you learn a lot even just by osmosis, just by taking it in, just by being around it. And I know that Scott Murdoch has been around wrestling probably ever since the day he was born.
He has. He definitely has.
Has been in dressing rooms around the country.
He's got two great uncles that were professional wrestlers. That'd be Farmer Jones Murdoch and, of course, the redneck Dick Murdoch's father, Hoyt Murdoch, who was a fabulous Texan. I had the years of a long-running feud with the Funks out in Amarillo. And then myself, we're related, and then my son Clayton's related to him.
So it's almost like a family affair here.
That's 6 wrestlers all together.
That was illegal. That was a stop.
I'll tell you what, he don't only look like Dick Murdoch. Bull, he acts like Dick Murdoch.
Collar and elbow tie.
I bet you he don't break clean. Let's see.
Break it. Break it.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not with the punch in the face.
Germany beat him to it then, didn't he? Oh, good elbow drop. Nice knee. Shot to that melon. That was a knuckle sandwich right there.
I'm almost surprised that Murdoch doesn't have that Murdoch didn't bite the hand that was feeding him there. German pumped him right square in the kisser. Quick snap there and a reverse chin lock by Chris Germany.
He's not going nowhere from there right now.
Nowhere at all.
Look at those arms on that Chris Germany. He's got them on him too tight.
You know, Chris Germany's arms looks like a lot of people's legs out there. Big enough to be a lot of people's legs.
They certainly do, don't they? I tell you, this Chris Germany and Kid Carson, you know, they tag team for a long time. They were a great tag team.
They certainly were. They
were.
Tag team for many years all across the country, all around the world.
Fly gouge there.
One of the favorite tactics of the Murdochs, I guess. Some dirty wrestling.
Well, he got him right in the eyes, and you know what they say: if you can put the headlights out, they can't see.
Makes it hard to steer when you got no headlights. You drive it in the dark.
Some powerful shots to the head.
You know, I'm looking at Scott Murdoch and. Look at the size of his hands. Looks almost like a ham bone.
Well, he's got some big legs too.
He does have some big, strong, powerful legs. Big, strong upper body as well.
I'm looking at this Scott Murdoch, and I'm going to tell you an old timer that was just about that height and built just about like that. He was an all-time great. He was back in the 50s and 60s. He was big on the West Coast, out around L.A. and Frisco, and then he was big in New York. And that was the Good Doctor Jerry Graham.
Dr. Jerry Graham.
His body was just about like Murdoch's.
You're absolutely right, Killer. Now that you mentioned it, I did not put those two together. But now that you have brought that fact up, I can definitely see the similarities in the physique and the body styles of Scott Murdoch and the Good Doctor.
I'm pretty impressed with the Scott Murdoch. he doesn't have a. He's not in there with a cream puff. He's in there with Chris Germany, who is a talented wrestler that got good credit to his wrestling. He is very good, and Scott's hanging with him.
Chris Germany is not the
This is a real elbow.
is not the Texas champion for nothing. He certainly a ring veteran, ring savvy, and knows his way around. But Scott Murdoch is giving him a complete handful tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Germany reeling in the corner there and leaning up against the turnbuckles. All he can do is look and watch.
Got a good arm bar on him. He could tie it up a little better, but he's got his weight on him. He's got him covered.
What's that, Chris?
Oh, if that don't look like Dr. Jerry Graham's chest and arms, man, I'll tell you what.
It really does.
But look at him. I'll tell you another good thing about Scott Murdoch.
What's that, Chris?
It hardly. It looks like he don't even have a neck.
It's hard to get a headlock on somebody that ain't got a neck. Twisting on the arm of Cutthroat Germany. Whoa. Germany about had enough of
He
that.
right back and got it again, didn't he? He can hardly stand up, and he still managed to get that arm again. He should go right back in there and get it again. Punish it and get that arm again.
Draping it around that center rope.
You can always tell somebody that's good in wrestling. They'll get something injured, and they'll go back to it, and they'll go back to it, and they'll go back to it, and they'll go back to it.
You gotta. Best thing I was ever taught in wrestling. You pick a part and you start working on it. You keep going back to it. You keep going back to it. You keep going back to it. And
That's
Scott,
what I just said, and you know who taught you.
the best in the business. I was taught by the best professional wrestler to ever walk the face of the earth. I was taught how to wrestle by Killer Jim Brooks.
Well, thank you, Bro, very much. That's a lot of credit there. I may not be the very best, but I'll tell you what. Anytime I got in that ring, I give it 100%. Somebody was in for a battle.
All joking aside, Killer, you were always a pleasure to watch because I always knew that when you got in that ring, your opponent, at the end of the match, when that bell rung, they knew they had been in the fight of their life.
Yes, and I knew I was too most of the time.
Call ref! Call ref, get him on the face, get him on the face! One.
Come on, Germany. Come on, Germany.
That was a real respectable elbow.
Just a short elbow into the turnbuckle there. Oh, and Germany with the big boot to the,
Scott
to the
looked to me
midsection.
like he would go about pretty solid. I would say 310, 315.
I was going to say right about right close to 3 bills.
Nice reversal. Oh, beautiful beautiful boot that was right on the chin.
You know, Murdoch telegraphed that one come in, and Germany laying in wait for him with that big boot.
You see that leg drop? And right across Murdoch's chin.
Right across the chin, catching a little bit of
me at
Adams
all
out.
that this could be it right here.
Germany with the cover and a count of 2.
He got it up.
Referee Rick Manning with the count. Not quite a 3 count.
Time in the rope there.
Come on. Off the ropes, man. Come on.
What's he gonna do?
Off the ropes. Off the ropes, man. Off the ropes.
I know if I was fighting Scott Murdoch and I had him in the ropes like that, I'd work him over. Right in the kitchen. That ought to buy Chris Germany a little time to breathe right there.
You know, Chris Germany is quite a competitor, but I think maybe he's maybe underestimated Murdoch a little bit.
Man.
Oh my goodness, what have we had? What do we have here? You've seen it tonight, the belts have changed hands. The newcomer, Scott Murdoch.
Ladies and gentlemen,